Crystal Palace being demoted from the Europa League to the Conference League and Nottingham Forest taking their position is a very, very wild story. And it is quite unfair. And I understand Crystal Palace is currently planning to appeal the decision. So we have not heard the end of it. But the crazy part is that the man who is responsible for this, situation has resigned his position from Crystal Palace. He's no longer a stakeholder at Crystal Palace. He has sold the stake. But the problem is, according to UEFA, they gave a deadline. And the deadline was in March. And as at March, the man was still, a stakeholder in Crystal Palace. So now they are prioritizing Lyon over Crystal Palace in the Europa League. So this is very, very crazy because Crystal Palace really, really fought hard to be in the Europa League. Although I feel that this might be a blessing in disguise for Crystal Palace because I think Crystal Palace is better suited in the Conference League than in the Europa League. Crystal Palace has a chance of winning the Conference League, but the Europa League will be more difficult for them, judging by, the quality of their squad. So this is a very, very crazy story. Very, very crazy, but we've not seen the end of it. Crystal Palace is planning to appeal, and at the end of the appeal, we will now know the final decision, whether Crystal Palace is going to play in the Conference League or they're going to play in the Europa League. But interesting story. Nottingham Forest fans, don't celebrate yet. There's nothing to celebrate because Crystal Palace can win the appeal. They have a very strong case.